Hey guys, this is just going to be a quick video on how to do an engine degrease on your BRZ. Check it out. Alright, so I just finished up pretty much masking off whatever I thought to be at risk when I do this degreasing. Connectors at the bottom there, just around the oil fill, on the intake, alternator. There was a bunch of connectors located back there. I think they go to the PCM, and then back there from the transmission, I masked that off as well. So the kind of technique I'm trying to go for is like a downward slope so that the water won't drip into the connector, but it'll instead flow down and around it. So hopefully that should be enough protection. So we'll just go ahead and start spraying. Trying to do it generously around the engine bay, but not overpowering any wires in particular. Alright, so it's foaming up. Just let it sit for a bit, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, you don't want to get it on your paint, so if you get it on your paint, probably just get some instant detail and wipe that off. Letting it work. The instructions say to start your engine for a couple of minutes and then apply the spray. So the engine bay is a little bit warm, but definitely not too hot to like melt the bags or hurt my hand when I do all the masking and stuff. So we'll let that sit for a bit. So didn't mean to get it over there and over there, so I'll wipe those down because those are painted areas and I don't want to screw up the paint there. I'm guessing this stuff is like pretty aggressive, so don't want to screw up any paint. Probably just wipe those later with a different rag, make them look flossy. Got on the paint down here, wipe that off. It's been about 12 minutes. I'm going to be using my hose. Maybe we'll try mist first. See how that works. It gives a very light spray. Nothing that'll target any points in particular, which would harm your engine bay. But I don't think it's good enough for distance. It's not completely getting off all of the degreaser, and I don't want it to sit there, so I'll give it a little bit more water. It should be a little bit better. I'm going to start demasking, and then as soon as I finish demasking, I'll start the engine so it gets hot, and then should evaporate all the water off. So at this point it looks pretty clean. The water should start getting evaporated off by all the engine heat, so hopefully it looks real nice at the end of the evaporation. Definitely going to wipe it down a bit more because I feel like I wasn't aggressive enough with the water, but I didn't want to be because I didn't want to get it into any electrical connections or any sensors. So I'd rather wipe it down by hand to make sure it's off on my own without relying on the water to do it. Other than that, it already looks really nice. Look at that. Man, I wish my engine bay could look like this all the time. Miss any parts in the back there? I don't think so. Alright, so I wiped it down a bit. Looks pretty fine to me. I mean, it's probably just going to get dusty again because this is a daily, it's not like a show car or anything. There's a little bit of dust in between there. I could have helped to use a brush while it was all foamed up, so if you want like that full engine like degrease look, you'd probably just want to use a brush while it's all foamed, and then once you rinse it off, it'll be good as new. But I'm very, very happy with how this looks. Just the colors and all of the caps there, all the yellows were brought back up. They contrast to the blacks and the plastics. Very, very happy with how this came out. So I just ran the engine, well, I ran the car around the block for a bit. The engine is at operating temperature, so I'm just going to let it idle for a bit more because the instructions on the canister say to let it run for 10 to 15 minutes. It's probably been running for like 10 minutes now, but no error codes, no nothing. I'm glad I masked everything off. I'm not worried about any of that happening. Yeah, this is great. It looks so much better than earlier. Everything kind of had like a white tint to it with all the dirt and dust, especially with this past Canadian winter. It was pretty hard on the engine bay, so I'm really glad it looks this clean. There's a little bit more work to be done. Like I can wipe off the intake there. I can wipe off some of these hoses. The intake manifold looks great. A little bit of dust, but we'll wipe that off. Yeah, I'm really glad with the results so far. Looks good.